Okay, so let's get started. Thank you for joining on a Saturday evening. I know how busy you guys are, but you really want to learn. So a big round of applause for you guys. Fantastic. We have Prisha. She is our webinar admin. She's an amazing student. She's a ninth grader. She's in my internship, and I can't do any webinar without her. Okay, so please type away any questions that you have, and Prisha will make sure that I address them. And please don't privately message me on the chat because I may miss that. But you can do that with Prisha, and she will not announce your name. Okay, so please mention if you don't want your name announced. We respect your privacy. So without further ado, let's get started. Any questions, just type away. There's no silly questions at all. We all want to learn and grow. So that's what we are here. So I'm going to go over the Bsmd process, the BSDO, and also I want to tell you that there's nothing wrong with the BSDO process. My own physician is a DO. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so here is the agenda. I'm just going to go over the different medical paths that are there, the traditional. Then I'm going to go over Bsmd versus BSDO. That's a very, very good option. What are the key ingredients for a successful candidate? Okay, and then the costs and the scholarships. And I just want to offer a few pearls of wisdom that I've figured out with my with Gifted Gapper. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. All the questions, please chat them away. I'm not going to look at them because if I look at the questions, I'll never get through my presentation. And trust me, I have a lot of slides, and my content that I give you, you will not get it anywhere else. Trust me, I've been to many webinars. You won't get the kind of content there. Okay, a little bit about me. I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach. I'm a positive psychology coach. That is, I mentor ADHD students. I do suffer from ADHD and hyperactivity all my life, but I was kind of gifted with a high IQ sort of. So, but I did struggle. I still struggle with restlessness, impatience, but I do have a good focus. Sitting in one place is difficult. Right, so it's good and bad. That's the reason I got trained under Peg Dawson. She's a leading psychologist when it comes to executive functioning skills, which is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. That is where all your activities are, the priority, how time management, focus, concentration, all that is in the prefrontal cortex of the brain. So I'm trained under Peg Dawson. I use her materials as study skills and everything. I'm also doing research on productivity of Gen Z or Alpha. I don't know when I'm going to complete it, but I do incorporate the research, whatever I learn, in my counseling. I'm also a meditation instructor. I'm a college counselor from UC Berkeley. And right now, the students who sort of go through that program, they shadow me as a part of their practicum to complete their course. Okay, so this is about me. Personally, I have two boys. My husband graduated from Harvard. My older son, he's in Georgia Tech. He's in the third year. My younger one is going to 10th grade. And the reason I started this, actually, if I have to tell you, Gifted Gapper was started by my older son when he was 15. Okay, he was like crazy ambitious, crazy ideas. I mean, I never said, don't do this. You know, he wanted to do a lot of things. I hired a coach for him. I flew him over to San Diego in the red eye, and I couldn't find that many resources when he was in high school. And that's the reason I took it upon myself to educate and empower parents. And as you'll see, I keep slamming you with emails. I spam you. But guess what? I get the best resources and I want to share it with the world, right? What's the point in just knowing something? I wanted to share it. I want to build a community of parents, right? Empower each other, right? And you can't do it alone. right? I know that. And I'm in a position where I do have a lot of information, and anything that I have, I will share. I had an internship program this summer. I failed for 3 consecutive years. I succeeded this year, and it was so amazing. The number of students who interned, I had to coach businesses to absorb them. So you're going to hear more about it. So I'm just starting new programs for teens and high schoolers. If you have ideas, you're welcome. I'm going to soon start a brand advocacy, a focus group from parents, where I will be speaking to parents and listening to what are the problems and challenges that you have and how I can contribute. Got it? My team is growing as well. I have a program coordinator, Smrita. I have a marketing lead, Aisha. She's amazing. I'm hiring more people. I'm looking for teaching assistants. My teaching assistants who are from Emory and UC Berkeley, they've gone away to school now. So I'm constantly looking for opportunities and everything. And I'm here for you. I mean, that is my whole purpose. Okay. You are allowed to be ambitious. Got it? I hear parents telling me, hey, I don't want to push my child. I'm like, dude, if you don't push your child, you're never going to push your child. No, it's not called pushing. It's called parenting. Got it? So if I had not encouraged my sons, they wouldn't be where they are, right? During the course of it, I didn't have that kind of information. I really, really had to struggle to get information. And that's the reason I started. Gifted Gapper was started by my son. He's gone to college. And I had that currency, the name, which I use, and now I offer so many services for teens. Okay, so let's come back to the pre-med. This is my biggest passion, is cracking the Bsmd medical code. I mean, I like taking on challenges, and my strength is breaking down complex things into small, manageable parts and getting them implemented. That's what I did in my corporate job as well, which I quit 2.5 years back, and I do this full time. Okay, so what are the different paths that are there for the Bsmd? Okay, one is the traditional path. We know that you do 4 years of pre-med. See, pre-med doesn't have like a proper major or anything, but the thing is, you need to have that specifications when you're applying to the MD, which is like organic chemistry, biology, math, lab science, and all that requirement. If you have, then you get a good MCAT score. The minimum is 515. If you want to go to a low ranking MD school, that's the score. But if you want to go to like top notch MD schools, the scores are much higher. It's like going to the Ivies. Going into the very good MD schools, you need exceptional MCAT scores. And you can even be a computer science major and go into medical. So there is nothing like a pre-med track per se. You just need to have those requirements. I know of students who from the computer science field went into DO programs. So that is the traditional route. Second is the early assurance programs. They're somewhat in between the traditional and the Bsmd. So what happens here is basically you get to know if you are going into the accelerated program only in your sophomore year. This is what 𝐂𝐸𝐿 does. I love 𝐂𝐸𝐿. 3 of my students got into 𝐂𝐸𝐿 with scholarship. Yay. So basically you get into the school, you meet the grades and you meet the requirements and everything. And then in the sophomore year, you will be allowed to apply to the medical program. So you have like 2 years to figure out whether you really want to be a doctor or not. So I really, really recommend these programs for my students. When I see an EAP or an EMAP program, it's early medical assurance program, I definitely make my students apply for that. Okay, so this is the second option that you have. The third option that you have is the combined program, which is the BS and the MD. It's a bachelor's, but you can also do bachelor's of science and bachelor's of arts. I will get to that as well. And you will be committed into the program right after your high school. Got it? It's a lot of pressure, and I'll go over that. So these are the 3 types of medical programs that are available in the United States. Okay, any questions about them, please type away. I will answer them towards the end. Okay, so I'm going to go over the advantages of the early assurance program, right? I did go over that. A lot of my students are very hesitant when, I mean, the parents want them to go to the BSMD program, but they are a little hesitant because they want to test the waters, and that's how it should be. And certainly, students have first and the second year to see if they really want that rigor, and then they can sort of go to that. I love this. It's the early assurance program. Okay, then the other option that is there is the BSDO. A lot of you don't know. If you know, that's perfectly fine. And I'm going to go over the BSMD and the BSDO. Now, BSMD is allopathy, the regular Western science that they practice. BSDO is kind of a holistic program where they focus on the whole body, the spinal cord and all. So it's an entirely, osteopathy is an entirely different field. And it's extremely, extremely popular these days, the sports medicine and all that. Osteopathy doctors also perform a lot of surgeons, but a lot of DOs, they come into the mainstream and start practicing just like the MDs. Like my physician, the first thing I saw his qualification was BSDO, and I asked him where he graduated from. He said, Nova Southeastern. I'm like, yeah, I know that college. So that's the way it is. I'm just going to go over a few more things. So MDs learn allopathy or modern medicine. So osteopathy is a very different kind of treatment or a philosophy. It's not like a homeopathy in India. It's not like that. Please don't mistake that. It's way more modern than that. It's osteopathic manual medicine, OMM, or what they do is osteopathic manipulative treatment. Got it? So these are the different options that are there, BSMD and BSDO. Okay, so the DOs are fully licensed physicians. And this is one of the fastest growing segments in healthcare. I know that because I'm on Instagram a lot. Do follow me on Instagram. I will post the link. And I see on my feed a lot of BSDO doctors like creating videos and talking about their experience and everything. And that's when I realized that it's an extremely popular field to be in. And right now, my students are very open to the DO, and we have some DO programs as well in their list that is there. Got it? It's a fastest growing segment in the healthcare industry. Okay. So I'm going to go over a few advantages of the BSDO program. They are marginally less competitive than the MD program. They are still extremely competitive, but they're still lesser competitive. And the program is a lot easier, is what I've heard. But a medicine field is never easy, but it's marginally easy. I'm going to talk about the BSMD now, which is the direct medical program. You don't need to go through a separate process for medical school. You're going to apply for that after your 12th grade during your college admission process, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, I have to tell you that getting into a BSMD program is much more difficult than getting into an Ivy League. The acceptance rate is 1 to 3%. Sometimes it's 1 to 5%. Okay, and some colleges like Hofstra, they will clearly tell you, if you're not in the top 5% of your class, don't even apply. So that is how competitive this program is. It's because the program is extremely rigorous, extremely rigorous. Got it? So you also have two flavors, which is BSMD and BAMD. I have a student who is in the accelerated program in Drexel. She's pursuing a BAMD because she told me, Joe, I want to do a little bit of art. I want to do English and history. So I'm going to do that. And towards the third and the fourth year, they are going to add sciences to make up for the requirement to get into the MD program. So that is how the BAMD works. Any questions about the program, please type away. So here are the accelerated programs. 6-year is gone, kaput. You don't even think about it. There's 7-year and there is 8-year. My student Shreya got into the 7-year Augusta Bsmd program, and then Vafika also got into Texas A&M NMed program. So this is quite popular. This is very popular. The 7-year, it's getting rare, and they're trying to get rid of it. Okay, so now for why you all are here. What are the key ingredients of a Bsmd applicant? I mean, how do you be a competitive applicant? Got it? So here, these are the components that are needed. Academics, whoever told you that grades are not important in USA, please, it's a lie. Grades are extremely important. Standardized test scores, grades are the #1 factor when it comes to Bsmd. Number one. Okay, and even class rank, you may say, oh, my school doesn't give class rank. They don't announce it, but your counselor will have it. They will put it in the school report. The class rank is very important. Then there's extracurricular activities, which I will go over, recommendations, then they look for leadership, and then essays. So these are the 5 important ingredients for a Bsmd program. Okay, so let's talk about academics. You have the GPA, absolutely important. Course rigor. All the 4 years, what kind of courses have you taken? The sciences, what are the sciences that you've taken? The class rank, is it AP, is it IB? Have you maxed out on it? Everything is super important. High GPA, course rigor, like I mentioned. Do you have the golden rectangle? I'm just going to go over that. I call it the golden rectangle. AP awards, do you have the scholar award? Is AP capstone diploma offered? Are you an IB curriculum student? IB curriculum is very, very favored in the colleges. Please don't think that it's inferior. IB curriculum is extremely hard and colleges love that. Got it? Then these are the scores that are needed by top colleges. I would say 1550. Any student who comes to me saying Bsmd, I'm like, do you have 1550? Do you have 35? Otherwise, there's no point in applying for a Bsmd program. It's rare to get in without that kind of score. And national merit is also very important. My students got into national merit. My son got into national merit. So the thing is, a lot of colleges give you 50% off and even full ride. UT Dallas is full ride. USC is 50%. I think it's Boston University, Boston College. One of them will give you 50% off. So national merit is very important as well. And also it goes in the honors section. Which college was it that was asking you about national merit? I don't know. One of the schools, colleges that in the Common App was asking recently. Was it Boston University? Could be that. Okay. So these are the scores. And then the golden rectangle, I removed that. It is the AP biology, chemistry, physics, and math. Okay. These 4 things have got to be there in your transcript. Okay. Don't double up on the math. I know our parents are over engineer. They're saying, oh, my son can do calculus BC. He doesn't have to do AB. I will make him do BC. Are you going to study? No, your son or your daughter is going to study and their grades slip and it falls. So please don't make that mistake. When there's an option for AB or BC, go with AB. BC is much harder. Please don't over engineer your child's like course selection. Come to me. I'll help you map it out. Okay. So coming to the extracurricular activities, any questions about the course selection, grades, what are the requirements, everything type away, I will answer them. Got it? Now let's come to the extracurricular, the wow factor, wow factor. These are the 3 things that you need. It's volunteering, shadowing, and research. Extremely important in a Bsmd candidate. Okay, so volunteering. Where can you volunteer? You can volunteer in research clinics, nursing home, hospitals, dentists, chiropractors, anywhere. It's extremely important. Okay, the volunteering hours are important. Community service is super important. Okay. Next, you have shadowing. It doesn't matter if you're shadowing a dentist, that's perfectly fine. Chiropractor, pediatrician. I tell my students, hey, it doesn't have to be like a big cancer specialist. Go and ask your pediatrician. Say, oh my God, doctor, you gave birth to me. Oh, you've been taking care of me since birth. Can I please shadow you? They will let you. Instead of parents going and asking their other people, I had success where my students approach the doctors and do that. My student has also shadowed a psychiatrist. All that experiences we wrote in our supplemental essays. He got into Case Western with a lot of scholarships. Physicians, dentists, chiropractors, because of the COVID, it's getting a little difficult to get shadowing. But some schools like my school, Downingtown School District, has an allied medical program where in their senior year, they sort of have their own shadowing program with a hospital, Paoli. The students in the senior year, select students go to Paoli to do the shadowing. Then there's research. Research is so important. Let me tell you, for a BSMD program, academics is extremely important, right? So research shows your depth of knowledge, your passion for learning. You have made an effort to become a subject matter expert, right? So that's what's so important. And I've seen that in my students, past students, the amount of admissions they got and the scholarships that they got. It was mostly because of research. Okay. Then the types of research that a BSMD student can do is publish a research paper, which I started during the pandemic, and I'm going to share that. That you can do, which is a very valid research, because my students had difficulty getting an opportunity in a lab or a clinic. They're still opening up. They are a little bit, I'm sorry, they are still very cautious about opening up to teens and everything. So working in a lab, in a hospital and university is still going to be a stretch this year. So publishing a research paper is equally good. My student Shraddha, she got like 45K scholarship from Rensselaer Polytechnic, mind blowing. OSU, my student got OSU Morrill Scholarship, full ride. OSU has a wonderful biomed program, right? UCLA, UC Davis, all those admissions have happened because they had very strong academics and research in their thing. So I'm going to talk to you about the first option, which is writing a peer-reviewed research paper. Okay, so you write a research journal, but you work under an expert. Got it? And it will be from a biomed field. It has to be a professor who is in the biomed, in the medical field, who will like bless your paper and peer review it, and then you can publish it in a journal. Okay. So that is the extracurriculars. Next is teacher recommendation. Teacher recommendation is very important, and I see a lot of students who come until the senior year, and if they're not decided which teacher they want to pick, no, you need to know which teacher is going to write you a good recommendation, because your recommendation needs to have comments about your maturity, your intellectual curiosity, how you participated in the classroom, your determination, your leadership skills. Because if you see in the Common App, I mean, I can show you one of the application, a dummy application. In our UC Berkeley, we had to go through all those applications, and you will see that the teacher recommendation has 10 points that they use to sort of like give recommendations. Okay, and also the BSMD program is a 3-step program. You apply in Common App, you need to get accepted. Then they invite you to apply for their MD program. So it's another application on its own where you need to write essays, get recommendation all over again. So after that process, if you get through that, then you're invited for an interview, which is called a mini medical interview. Okay, I'm going to talk about leadership. Leadership is also very important, right? It's not enough if you have community service and academics. They need to see leadership in your extracurricular activities, and you may not be able to build your leadership right from grade 9, but then as you go through it in your 11th and 12th grade, you need to have them, right? You need to be leading a project. My older son used to go to Team Children, where they used to build computers and give it away to the needy. So he consecutively worked there, and he became like a director or a lead position there, where he was managing other people. So you need to build that kind of profile into your college profile. So you need exceptional communication skills, mental toughness, and ambition, because that's reflective of being a doctor, right? So those are the kind of skills that you need to develop right from grade 9. Okay. Then, like I mentioned in the second application, they ask for BSMD specific essays, which are like, why medicine? Why did you pick medicine? I mean, why do you want to get into the BSMD program? How did you display your prowess? Tell us of a time where you displayed compassion or an extracurricular activity or a community service essay. These are the 3 types of essay that I know for a fact the colleges will ask. And I know I have those prompts, right? They keep changing every year, but I know for a fact what prompts they ask. So first they need to get accepted into the college, then get an invitation to apply for the program. Okay, and that's a whole different application. It's so time consuming. It's very time consuming. Okay, so when you clear that application process is when you will be invited for a mini medical interview, which is called a direct medical interview or an MMI, because it's not like the full-blown MCAT kind of a process. This is like a mini medical, and only 10% of the applicants get invited to it. So I've had my students tell me about Boston University, the way they interview, then Drexel, then every college has its own way of interviewing. Nova Southeastern, everything, like Augusta did not have interviews. Then there is Alabama, all these, like they have a certain set of questions that are there that are going to like certainly grill you, because they want to know if you can put up with that program. They don't want to select somebody who abandons that, right? I'm not putting you down, but it's a tough program, right? And I agree with their thing. Okay, so any questions about the whole process, the BSMD application process, please type away. There's no question as a silly question. You get your questions answered here. You're not going to get them on Google, right? So you might as well answer them here. I mean, I'm sorry, ask them. Okay, so now for the money part, I'm going to talk to you about the costs and the scholarships. Okay. So this is typically the cost of attendance. It's about 200K per child in a private university. This is how much you're going to pay, including room and board and everything. Okay, and the cost of IB, oh my God, 100K. My God, it's 80K. My son got into Duke. It was 85K. He's like, Mom, I'm not going to Duke. He would have gotten scholarships and everything. He's like, no, I'm going to Georgia Tech. He went to Georgia Tech. So 85 was the fee at that time. He also got into Johns Hopkins. He didn't go there either. He's doing perfectly fine with Georgia Tech, which he could transfer all his APs. He shaved off 1 year. He wanted to graduate it in 2.5 years. So that's possible in a college like that and not in an IB. Okay, so this is the cost, and this is just the like the living expense, the flights and everything. If you include it, it's about 85K. Okay, so I'm going to go over the types of scholarships that you have. You have scholarships for international students. I have students from India as well, whom I counsel. So basically, I spend December and January in India counseling my students. December, I'm so exhausted. I just want to go and sleep with my mom, like after the admission process. And then January, I do international students. A lot of them get wonderful scholarships. My student got into UMass Amherst. She got very good scholarships. Then the other UMD, not the Maryland, the other one, the Baltimore County, she got tons of scholarships. She was from India. Then there's need-based scholarship, which most of us don't qualify. Then there's full ride scholarship, many of them. There's community service scholarships, the scholarship based on SAT, ACT, and academics. I love this. And then there's athletic scholarships. There are so many scholarships out there. My students won a total of 2 million in total, and I'm going to show you each and every one of them won a lot of scholarships. Okay, so now you must be thinking, how do I beat the competition, right? So anybody wants to answer how to beat the competition? Okay, so this is where I talk to you about what we have done, what my company has done. My students get into 90% of the colleges that they apply to, and over 15 of them got multiple scholarships. Got it? And they got accepted into a total of over 110 colleges. They won 2 million scholarship money in scholarship money. I'm like, acceptance is not enough. I need to see the kind of scholarships that you're getting, right? So the college acceptances, I'm just going to show you. This is my student. She got into Augusta. I mean, I cried after seeing the letter. I'm like, can you please send me the letter? So she sent me this letter. It was an amazing experience. She's a wonderful girl from Atlanta. I feel like crying now. Okay. And now 𝐂𝐸𝐿, 3 of my students got into 𝐂𝐸𝐿. They got the university scholarship, which is the highest scholarship, which is like 26,500. I'm sorry, the image is like kind of wonky because it was just a snapshot of the thing. Rensselaer, look at this. I love Rensselaer Polytechnic. It has an amazing, amazing medical program. So she got a total aid of 45K. She was also my research student. She did research on marine-derived medicine. So we wrote about her research. I mean, not we, she wrote, I guided. And she won all this kind of scholarships in her thing. She got into a lot of, then Harvard pre-med, Bafika got into Harvard pre-med. She got into Texas A&M NMed program, but she went into the pre-med program. Amazing kid. Okay, so any questions about the scholarships and the costs? Anything at all? Okay, so at this point, I'm going to talk about the unique solutions that I created. These were mostly during the pandemic when my students were lacking in extracurricular activities to show in our profile, specifically the Bsmd profile. I have students who are in all majors, like business is different, Bsmd counseling is different, computer science counseling is entirely different. Bsmd is where I spend most of my time because it's a lot of work. Okay, so these are the 2 programs that I have at the moment, which is the research, publishing a research journal. I started this program because my son, when he was in school, he had AP research, AP seminar. He did research on blockchain. Although he was a computer science business major, he was fascinated by cryptocurrency and blockchain. He did research, but he couldn't publish a paper because it was not done under an expert. A research paper is a blog if you don't do it under a PhD. It has to be a PhD and a professor. He didn't do that. So he was very disappointed. And I was like, shit, I mean, I need to fix this problem. And I found this wonderful, wonderful professor whom I've been working with for 4 seasons, and I'll introduce you. Then I have put in all the resources and the training and the strategies that I use to get scholarship. It is not enough if you get into an expensive med school program. No, we don't want to dunk a Rolls Royce in Atlantic City. You need to get money out of the universities, and it is perfectly, perfectly possible. And I'm going to show you how much of scholarships my students have won. It's mind-blowing. You will see that, and it is possible. And I've created an on-demand course, which is completely online. You will go over it and learn from it. And we have a Discord group for students who you can ask the questions. I have a Q&A session that I'm giving away for that. Okay. I also have my counseling program, but I'm packed with students I'm not accepting anymore. This would have included everything, right? I don't have the bandwidth because it's a lot of work. It's a 3-step process that I have to train my students into, and we're well within almost submission into Common App. We are waiting for recommendations, and we are good to go. So it's like we're almost there. Right? So I'm going to explain a little bit more about publishing the research paper and what we've done so far for the past 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th season. Yeah, 5th season. Got it? So this is the professor who runs it. His name is Dr. 𝐂𝐸𝐿. He's a professor in University of South Florida. And also he used to work in the Anderson Cancer Institute in Texas. He's a vaccine specialist. I mean, his resume goes a mile long. And most of all, he's the best mentor that is out there. I mean, amazing. He's the architect of the program. I never claimed myself to be an expert, but my specialty is to find the best people and offer it as a program, right? And also he has a farm in Florida. He's a toxicologist. He's developing worm vaccine. Right now, if you know, the corona vaccine has to be stored in very cold. So he made students research about it as well. Okay, so he's the architect of the program. So it's an 8-week session. There will be 2 sessions a week. One session is with him, one session is with me, because they need to know how to write the paper. Because not only are they doing research with Dr. Raj, they're writing the paper. So I teach them week by week how to write it. The first week is the introduction and all that. So they're going to go learn with Dr. Raj deeply about the specific topic. And even if they don't know the topic, Dr. Raj works with them and gives them a topic. Okay. And I even tell my students, please change your topic if you don't like it, or don't even select a topic, just select the field, make mistakes, learn. Okay, Smita, your son is scratching on my wall, so please. And it's kind of disturbing. Your son or daughter, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's an 8-week program with 2 sessions a week. And after that, it will be peer reviewed by Dr. Raj, and it will be posted on my website, which is Gifted 𝐂𝐿𝐵 website. And I'll tell you why. Posting on my website with hashtags brings people who are searching for something to the student's paper. Got it? And also they will be submitting their research paper in the Journal of Student Research that accepts research paper. So these are my students' paper that have been published. Okay, so this is Arushi. She did research on effect of neurons on the well-being of humans. It's because her brother suffered from autism and she wanted to see how to calm him. So her research was on essential oils. If you see here, it was approved and published. This is Patil. He did this research on effect of stress on insulin. His paper got published. Then this is my wonderful student, Sanjana. She did research on Alzheimer's, and aducanumab is a drug for Alzheimer's. She did research on that drug, whether it's really effective or not. So that's the level of depth that they go to in doing research. So this is the fall research program. If you go, Prisha, you want to put the Gifted 𝐂𝐿𝐵 website in that, honey?
Yes, I'll put it again.
Okay. Yeah, the Gifted 𝐂𝐿𝐵 website, if you go there, you can enroll. Yeah, so everything is here. And also you can go to the Gifted 𝐂𝐿𝐵 website, and you will be able to see, if you see the past research papers, you will see all the research that my students have done. You can use this link until your paper gets published as well. If you see here, Harshita, everybody has written their paper. And what happens here is when they upload and publish their paper here with the correct hashtags, it sort of lands on this paper. Google, earlier we just used to do the PDF, but now I make the students do a long form because Google cannot go inside a document and search. So if anybody searches for certain key things, it will land on their research page. As you can see here, this is the research that has been done. And the students will be writing. I'm going to go over this research paper. Dr. Raj is creating his own publication. Students will be allowed to submit there as well. The students will be writing a 4,000-word research paper. Got it? They will do research with Dr. Raj, and with me, they will be writing the paper. So these are the 8 sessions that are there. The graduation, and then they have to give an oral defense, which is a final presentation. So this Journal of American Scientific Society is what Dr. Raj owns. It's in the process. It's going to come up. Then this Journal of Student Research that accepts paper, they will be ready to submit their paper there. This is about Dr. Raj. This is about me. This is about our wonderful program coordinator, Smrita. She's an amazing person. She makes sure that all the students are on track. And I'm going to speak to you a little bit about how research helps with college admissions. Okay. Any questions so far about the research? Like, for example, this is the Journal of Student Research. You put the DOI in the college resume. Okay. That's how important research is. Then I went over the 8-week program. Then this is the acceptance letter from Duke. If you see here, I enjoyed reviewing your application and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research prowess. At Duke, you can continue innovating in makerspace like Foundry and other programs like Duke STEAM and Innovation. So you see here, research is like, because you like in-person shadowing and in-person research is quite hard. They do accept publishing research paper, everything that's coming up, okay? And yeah, so I went over that. And I want to compare the different programs that are out there. The Summer STEM Institute is $6,000, and you work with research assistants. I'll tell you what. Polygems is another research program. You work again with PhD candidates. It's $2,500. You have International Research Institute of North Carolina. My student has been took this program. Again, it's research assistants. The professor just comes in the middle. But here you're getting 8 weeks of Dr. Raj. Being with Dr. Raj is precious, and he blessing your paper, it's gold. Got it? So it's not $2,000 like the other programs. It's not 1,000. It's 850. Got it? And just for today, the coupon is valid till midnight today. I have a coupon which is fall 2022. I'm just going to chat that fall 22. If you apply there, you will get $25 off at the checkout. Okay. Any questions about the research program? Please let me know. Chat away. I'm going to talk about the Cracking BSMD Scholarship on-demand program that I have. Okay. So basically, in this program, I'm going to show you what it is. So you will get access to my online program. This is not how it looked. It looked fairly different for you. This is my admin console. So this is the program that you will be getting. You will learn about the different key ingredients of being there, the complete BSMD, BSDO list, the combined programs, the different kinds of scholarships that are there, who offers merit aid, right? That's very important because we don't qualify for need-based. We are high-income people, at least we are. The scholarship myths, the different kinds of scholarships, full ride, all the complete thing, you will get that in this on-demand course that is there. Along with that, you will have one Q&A session with me to go over the complete course that is there. And then we have a Discord group. So what we have found working with teens is they are on Discord. They are not on WhatsApp. They are not on whatever messaging. They are on Discord. So we want to have a Discord group, both for research as well as, so if you see here, I have spoken to many teams and they prefer Discord. I do have Slack, I do have WhatsApp, I have all communications, but we need to capture the teens. So we have a Discord group that they will be invited to when you purchase that. And wait, not only am I giving away this course, I'm giving away another course, which I sort of sell separately for free just for today. Okay, so this is the Ultimate Scholarship Guide, where I go over how to create a cover letter, a scholarship resume. I'm just going to go over, if you see here, there are lessons on creating the resume, the sample activities, how to create the activities, everything is there in this module, and you're getting 2 lessons for the price of 1. Okay. These are the 2 programs that I'm giving away today. And yeah, it has a list of financial aid for international students, right? I know a lot of students are on visa. You will qualify for in-state fees, but you have a lot of, and if you're on F1 visa, my student got into Nova Southeastern and a lot of other schools. He didn't have his green card. So I have students on visa, on green card, citizens, and everything. Okay. So just for today, I sell them separately for 300 and 300, which is 600. Just for today, you're going to get the course for $99. Okay, so all of the programs are on my website. You can go there. As soon as you go here, the fall research, if you click on this, it will take you to this this page, and you will get access to it. There is a mandatory reading for the research program. You will see all the published papers. Mandatory reading is Molecules That Change the World. Dr. Raj is very, very particular about that book. And also, since we will be referencing a lot of it from that book, we need the ISBN number. So you're not allowed to like download it illegally. We need to have a copy of this. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing book, which teaches you if your child is going to take AP biology or chemistry, this is a must-have book. That is how we teach. We teach things deeply. Got it? It's not just about writing a research paper. It's about getting the discipline and staying on track. They learn deeply how to, nobody teaches them how to do deeply. They're the most distracted generation. But the very first lesson, I teach them a concept called deep work. That's by Cal Newport. From my research, I teach them how to like spend their time in doing something deeply. And also, I prepared students to participate in the Regeneron competition. So Regeneron science, you can apply this research paper to your science fair or anywhere. Regeneron, you can apply. By the way, the Regeneron is only for seniors. So my students who went through my program will be applying for that. So that is also something that I train with. Okay. So I think I am done. So these are all the information. Now I know you have a lot of questions. So let's start with the questions. Prisha, you want to start all the way from the top?
Yes, sure. So our first question is from Mrs. Malay, and her question is, what score for SAT for these programs?
1550 and above.
Okay, thank you. Our next question is, if we get admission and after a year or two, if we don't want to do that, or if we don't get the MCAT score good, what can we do?
You will be dropped into the pre-med program. They have basic requirements. If you don't meet the MCAT score, you'll still be completing your undergraduate. You just won't be in the MD program. Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is, would admissions officers also take into account the national rank of the high school when looking at class rank? In other words, would a lower than normal class rank be acceptable if the high school is harder than typical high schools?
Okay, so this is where I got to show you how a class rank works and a school report works. Okay, I don't have time for that. So a school sends something called as a school report, right? Like if you go into Common App, or let me just share that. Okay, so if you go into the Common App, it's going to show you, like, for example, this is my dummy account. I'll just show you. A school report is what they need to see. Case Western, let's go to Case Western. So Case Western needs a school report, counselor recommendation, mid-year report. And I'm going to show you a sample application which has a school report, and I will tell you what they will see from that. So it doesn't matter if your school is rigorous or not, they will know. They will know for a fact based on the school report, which you don't have access to because it's confidential. You sign off the FERPA. So I'm going to show you how a school report looks. So there, like, our school district has 2 curriculums. Okay, my son went to the traditional AP, but the IB curriculum is extremely rigorous, and they graduated with Bs, right? Does that make them any inferior? No, because the school report right here will tell the admissions officers. Okay, so this is the school report. It tells you about the makeup. Is it a AP curriculum, IB curriculum? And right here in academics, it will tell whether their school is very, very demanding. Okay, how many APs did the top kid get? And you will be compared, your student will be compared based on that. There's class rank. There is everything. So this school report is what tells colleges and admission officers about your school. So it doesn't matter that your school only allows 5 APs and you did all 5 of them. And then there's another school that allows 20 and you did 15, right? So the 5 kid is equally competitive as a 15. So you don't need to worry about that. Yeah. Great question, guys. Keep them coming.
Thank you. Next is, what do you think is a good GPA to maintain in order for these programs?
Exceptional GPA. Exceptional. You mean in undergrad or in high school? 3.8, 3.9. Give me the GPA. Yeah.
Okay. Next is, what is class rank?
I just showed you the class rank, right? So they compare you with other students, like how many APs or the class rigor and everything. Out of your class side, so what is your class rank? Okay, your teacher, your counselor will say, oh, we don't give class rank, we don't give class rank. They will, but they won't tell you. It will be in the school report. Great question. Yeah.
Thank you. The next one is, my son got accepted into Augusta University and he is first semester in college. He wants to go into sports medicine, so how can he get into it?
Amazing. After did he get into the Augusta accelerated or the regular program? It's amazing. He can apply to the BSDO colleges, the DO colleges once he does his undergrad. There's a whole list that is there in the scholarship. If you purchase the scholarship thing, you will get the list of the DO colleges. It's here. Yeah, I have mentioned it. You will get both the Bsmd and BSDO list. It's right here. You will get the whole list of colleges which are extremely good per DO. Yeah, so it's all there. You can purchase the scholarship program. Yeah, great question.
Next is, would you say AP Calculus is important for the Bsmd program?
Yes, it is more important than statistics.
Okay. What age should we start volunteering?
High school, grade 9, because your clock
Cool.
starts ticking at grade 9. So yeah, you can volunteer at any age actually. Yeah, but
Okay.
the clock starts ticking. You can start putting in the hours in your grade 9. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next is, would recommendations letters from the doctors we worked with in research opportunities be beneficial?
This is another thing that that is a biggest misconception that I have to hash out is you cannot upload. There is something called as FERPA, which is everything is confidential. So a school will not accept a letter that a student has seen. Okay, it's called FERPA. You should waive it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what is FERPA. So since you've waived it, it's got to be confidential. Okay, so this is FERPA. Okay. You will be asked if you want to waive the right to review confidential. Could you please go on mute? Thank you. Yeah. I know everybody's multitasking, but please respect our time. Okay, so basically you have to waive the right to review confidential letter. So you cannot upload a letter there. Got it? So instead what happens is, for example, Case Western, it says that it needs these recommendations. So recommendations of FERPA. You see the other recommenders, you can invite the recommender. So you need to put the email ID if it's a doctor or something. But you know what? I have filled out recommendations. It's excruciating. So if the doctor doesn't know you very well or will not give you a good recommendation letter, don't even put their name there. It can be a simple dance teacher. Shreya requested from her dance teacher. Amazing recommendation she got. She got it from a violin teacher because she had done that because we knew they would give a recommendation letter. So this is the process, guys. You just don't upload a letter that you've seen into Common App. Doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah, great question, but oh my God, you guys are right there. It's wonderful to hear all these questions. Give a pat on your back for being so driven, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we have, can having a lot of volunteer hours get you a scholarship?
Absolutely. That's the secret to getting scholarships. You just answered the question. And I will tell you exactly how to go about navigating in my thing. It tells you exactly how to write a scholarship resume, the sample activities and how to write essays, like absolutely, you blew it out of the park. Yes, but it's not enough if you have just the community service. You need to know where to apply, how to apply, and what to write in your essay. The admissions officer look at essays very closely at the application. It's like a college admission process, the whole scholarship. Yeah, great question.
Thank you. We have, if a student pursues a traditional medical path, what undergraduate majors do you recommend, which will help them get into the top?
I mentioned that it can be bio, psychology, chemistry, anything. There is no requirement for that, but you need to meet the MD requirement of organic chemistry and everything in that. Got it? So if you are going to apply for a med school, then I would suggest go to not an Ivy League, right? Be a big fish in the small pond that can give you liberal grades. So grades are very, very important. Okay, you shouldn't go to a college like Georgia Tech that hardly gives you any grades, right? Then you're not a very competitive candidate for an MD program, right? So yeah, great question.
Next is, when should one start?
Right from grade 9, building your profile.
Next, we have, what are some of the majors to look at for pre-med?
It was the same thing, right? Biology, chemistry, psychology, neuroscience, all these are some of them.
Yes. Next, we have, what is the name of the Discord group chat?
It's only, it will be given when you buy the product or the service. The Discord chat is only for customers who paid, students who are part of my program.
Thank you. Next we have, do you guys have a minimum age requirement for the research program? And where can we find info to join these programs?
It's right there on giftedgabber.com. I'm going to chat it again. It's on giftedgabber.com. You need to have completed honors biology. If not, you need to be interviewed by me because I have to see whether you can handle the rigor. It is with a cancer specialist, a vaccine specialist, and the program is extremely rigorous. I don't take on students who cannot complete the program. Yeah.
Thank you. Next question is, does the university to which the student goes to for pre-med matter, private versus public?
Doesn't matter. It's the grades that is super important. Right?
Next we have, is fall the only option or do we have more coming up after October? When is the right time to write
Fall
SAT?
is the best time. Sorry, which one? The reason.
So the question was, when is the right time to write SAT? Is fall the only option or do we have more coming up after?
No, there are so many options. Take it as soon as possible. Don't keep it till the senior year. Yeah.
Where can we find a recording of this after the meeting ends?
It'll be automatically sent to you if you've registered. It will take time to like process, get onto YouTube, and you'll get the link.
Okay. How many papers approximately getting accepted into JSR? Just percentage of submissions versus percentage
It depends on the
accepted.
quality. It depends on the quality of the research paper. Okay. Can your child write a good quality research paper? It will get accepted, right? So great quality research papers have gotten accepted.
Okay, thank you. Next we have, on an average, how much time would a student need to spend for the research program?
It depends on the student, and this is a very, very wrong question. My son graduated with 20 APs, did research, ran a nonprofit, ran a gifted Gabber. It's not the amount of time. Parents always fear, oh my God, my student is spending so much time on research, his grades are going to fall. No, doing research is going to help them study better, learn better, concentrate better, right? So it depends on the amount of effort you want to put in. If you want to put minimal effort, your research is going to reflect that, right?
Thank you. Next we have, are all papers on Gifted Gabber published on JSR as well?
It depends on the students whether they want to pursue it or not, right? We don't force them, and JSR is not owned by me. So the student, it's again a rigorous process to go through the JSR. The paper that they write is written in the JSR format. So it's up to the student who wants to pursue it, or they want to take some more time to fine tune their research, add some more things and then submit it. So it's up to the student, but they publish it on my webpage. That's mandatory.
Next is, I think you mentioned someone got into the BSMD program in
Yes,
Augusta.
many of them.
Will that college
Augusta,
offer that?
Texas, NMed, Harvard Pre-Med, University of Alabama, a lot of scholarships.
They asked, will that college offer that program for out-of-state students also, or only
course.
in-state students?
No. Please dispel this out of state, in state and all. University of Alabama, I love it because they give tons of out of state scholarship. Buy my scholarship program and you will see all the questions will be answered there. Med schools, they do have a in-state and out of state fee, but they have to accept students.
Thank you. Next is, what courses or extracurriculars / clubs should middle school kids focus on?
Middle school is about just gaining knowledge and focus and distraction and getting things better. Yeah.
Next we have someone asking, should I start a nonprofit?
I would recommend against it, because colleges are not just going to see, oh, you started a nonprofit, great job. It's your contribution, right? So my son did that, and I'm stuck with that. It takes $900 to start a nonprofit, and I pay $500 for a CPA to keep the nonprofit running, but I'm actively doing a lot of things. So this is a common misconception that parents and students do is, oh, I'm just going to start a nonprofit. But how does it matter? What are you going to put in your activity that you started a nonprofit? What did you do in it? So if you want to volunteer, I have opportunities. You can combine with me. You want to offer a free program, I offer free programs. You will get the same benefit, but don't make the mistake of starting your nonprofit. It has zero impact on the college admissions. Got it? It's like, what have you done? How many hours did you put in? What impact did you do? What did you contribute? What did you learn? What mistakes happened? How did you change it? How did you work with another person? What did you learn? Right? Can you answer all these questions by starting a nonprofit? It's just paperwork.
Thank you. Next is it ever too early to apply for a scholarship?
Why? Scholarships are for college. Are you paying anything in school? No, right? You just go to school, right? So most of the scholarships are for college, and that's what you would see in the scholarship that I have, right? Yeah.
Next we have, how many volunteering hours will help in getting a scholarship?
It depends. It's all there in the scholarship program. You can review that. It depends on the particular scholarship. It's no generic answer. You can purchase the program and all the details are there.
Okay. Due to COVID, we couldn't get doctor shadowing. We were able to get hospital volunteering. Will it hurt BSMD application path?
No, they understand that. Do you have research? They understand that in-person thing is not there. So they want to see if you have pushed yourself to do something beyond that. My students also don't have that many hours, shadowing hours or anything, but they, like Shraddha specifically, she didn't have that many shadowing hours. It was peak of COVID, but she got Rensselaer Polytechnic, I just showed you, with her biotech. Everything was very good, yeah. So they do understand that.
Thank you. Next, someone's asking if they can access the scholarship info in Gifted.Gabber.
Yes, it's on the website. You can purchase it. Like if you go on Gifted.Gabber, right here, you can scroll down. If you see here, scholarships for BSMD, you can click on this. The whole web page is here. It tells you exactly what is in that, and all the components that are there here. And guys, you can see the amount of scholarships that my students have gotten. Cornell, Georgia Tech, all these are acceptances. Full ride UT Dallas, Central Florida, and UT Dallas, then Rensselaer Polytechnic. All these are scholarships that my students have gotten. This is a list of it. Then when you go here, it's listed here. You can then put your credit card and you will check out. And after that, you will get access to both the programs and you will be invited into the Discord. It's all automatic. Got it? Yeah. Great question. Yeah. Yes.
Next is, so could we do the research program next year if we feel we would be better prepared?
I don't know availability of Dr. Raj. Dr. Raj is getting busier and busier. I can't run the program without him. So if he gets a huge project or a huge grant, he will stop this. So getting a professor, it all depends on the expert. So I wouldn't put it off. It happened with my son. I couldn't find anybody to guide him, and that's why he doesn't have a paper published, because he didn't work with an expert. So yeah.
Okay, and is fall the only option for the research program?
Yes.
Is the information for your internship program on your website?
Yes.
Yes.
It is, but I don't have internships now. They ended because that was mostly in summer. Students have gone back to the schools, right? So this was mostly during summer. These were the companies that did Habitalk, PIN, Inspire Youth, Success Door, AI. Agro AI was one of the companies. All these companies gave internship opportunities. Right now, students are busy, so we don't have that. But you can submit it if something comes up. Join my mailing list. I will send it across. Any opportunity that is there, you will come to know of it. Great
Thank you.
question.
Next.
Yeah.
Next is, how do we get volunteering hours for a 9th grader?
There are so many opportunities that are there, right? Clubs and yeah, I mean, if you want, you can schedule a session with me and I will put out a complete volunteering map for you, the way I work with my students. You can book a call with me.
Okay. What is the right time for research?
Sorry, 1 minute. I can't tell you that answer because the way I search and find scholarship is specific to your region so that you can drive and do the volunteering. So I cannot right away tell you where to find them. I have tools and research that I do to find volunteering opportunities for you guys. So it needs to be customized. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Prisha.
So we have, what is the right time for research? I am a junior.
It's perfectly fine now, because if you write your paper now, you will be submitting in JSR. It takes about 3 to 6 months for peer review. Like any publication that you submit, it doesn't get approved overnight. It's a whole process that happens. So it takes about 3 months or 6 months. So by the time you're ready to apply to college, it would have gotten published. So this is the best time to do that. 10th and 11th grade is the best time to do research. So that in the 10th grade, you will further do that research, because after the research program, I make my students further their research by coming up with a plan as to whether they're going to go ask a specialist. You use this research to do that. Like one of my students used her research paper to get into Harvard Biomed AI program with this research paper. This is a stepping stone for you. Got it? Yeah. Great question. Yeah, go ahead.
We have this, is the scholarship program for senior grades?
Everybody, for high school students.
And following up on that, do we, you said that we must register for the scholarship program to get recording of the video and info. Also, is there an age limit for it, and how do you register?
Wait. The recording of this program will come to you. The age limit for the scholarship, I mean, it's right here. You can register for the program here. Then you will get access to everything, to access to the whole program to watch and complete it. Got it? Yeah. So you'll get complete access to this program. It's all video, it's on demand. You will see sample essays that I review here. Okay, so review of scholarship winning essays. I go over
a community essay. So do you like to play instruments? I mean that. So that is what you want to highlight about.
See,
so this is what her essay was.
I review a scholarship winning essay as well. Everything is part of the program there. Okay. And if you come on Discord, your student has to be on Discord and ask questions, we'll answer about the scholarship on demand program. Yeah.
Okay. Next is, any advantage in doing international exchange student programs?
I don't know. I think so. I mean, this is Bsmd. This is community service. This is biomedical. Does it relate to that? right? I would ask that question. You need to provide more details about the international exchange. Are you going to serve a specific community? Are you going to a third world nation to do a community service? What impact are you having, right? Is it medicinal? Is it community service? Are you part of the Doctors with Borders? There's so many organizations, right? Then definitely, yes, I would suggest that. Yeah.
Okay, someone is asking, my son is a junior. Is it the right time to join your program?
Like I said, absolutely. Because like I said, it takes about 3 months for your paper to get published. You're going to finish it in November first week. You're going to review the paper a bit. Writing 4,000 words is not an easy job. And the approval by Dr. Raj is extremely, extremely deep. And it takes time, and you can submit it so that by the time you submit, it's going to be November, December. It may or may not get approved. They will ask you so many questions before getting it approved. Okay, getting a paper approval is not easy. Back and forth questions. They'll ask you for more substantiating data and everything. And by the time you get approved, I would say May and June. And by the time you're applying for applications, you have the DOI number, right? So it's the perfect time. Senior is too late. And next summer is too late. Yeah.
Thank you. We have, when do we apply for a scholarship? Junior year?
No, you apply it during the summer when you're applying for colleges and whenever the scholarship deadline is there. It depends on the scholarship, their deadlines and everything, right? So there are so many scholarships that are out there. So it's not one single deadline. It's there. It depends on the scholarship that you're applying.
And then when is the better time to get the scholarships program?
Right now, so that you start building your profile. It's, you know what, you need to earn the scholarship, get the scholarship. It's not like an overnight thing. You got to build your whole profile for that, right? So when you watch the video, when you learn about what activities to build and how to go about it, you're building it, right? You're building it towards it. So please don't think, I'm sorry? Yeah, it's not an instant gratification. I'm sorry, can you please mute yourself? Whoever is there, let me mute her. Yeah, so basically, this is going to prepare you for scholarship. It's not like, hey, I decided I want to get scholarship, so I need to get it now. It's not like that. It's a long process. You got to like first build your profile. You got to like understand what the scholarships are looking for, how to sort of build your extracurricular activities, and then you need to see what are the scholarships that are out there, create the deadline, timing, everything. So it's a long process, and this program is going to guide you. It's going to guide you step by step into everything, like the different categories that are there. Okay, so this is the strategy. What is the strategy? How to write a scholarship resume? What are the sample activities for scholarships? What are the 3 tips for merit aid? Okay, so that is the strategy part. And then I'm just going to go over this completely. Okay, winning cover letter. How do you apply for volunteering opportunities? I have cover letters there, sample cover letters, then the different paths that are there, then the different types of scholarships that are there, writing, what are the private scholarships? What are the full ride scholarships? What are the scholarships based on SAT, ACT score? All these information you need. You cannot just go blindly saying, I'm going to apply for scholarships. There's a process that you need to follow, and this program will completely train you for that. Yeah.
Okay. Next we have, if you are about to start junior year and still do not have research or shadowing experience, but do have many hours of volunteering at hospitals, is it too late to start researching and shadowing?
No, it's never too late. Please don't make this assumption that, oh, it's too late, it's too early, I have too many this, too many that. No. Like I told you, it's the key ingredient. You need to have shadowing. Research falls under academics. Got it? It shows that you can pick up a topic very, very deeply. You can go into it. The kind of research that my students have done, it's mind blowing. Okay, I'm so proud of my students and the kind of topics that they have picked. It's mind-blowing. Okay, so Simran speaks about pediatric cancer. Okay, dopamine and Parkinson's disease. These are all high school students, and we have given them the platform to do that. Got it? Can stress cause cancer? I mean, think of it. Like, have you ever thought of a high schooler doing it? It's mind-blowing. The kind of topics that they can come. Even if they can't come with that specific topic, Dr. Raj will ask them. Like this one, 𝐂𝐡𝐢𝐥𝐝'𝐬 did research on effect of teratogens. I don't even know what teratogens are on prenatal development. Like, this is showing colleges that you're an exceptional student, right? I mean, you've gone deep into it. You need to wow the admission officer. How are you going to wow them? You're going to have to look for activities to wow them, not do activities that everybody else does. Okay. Oh, everybody is going to this HOSA club. I'll go to the HOSA club. Oh, everybody's in the National Honor Society. I'm going to have National Honor Society. Okay. Everybody. Blah. Think of yourself as being in the admissions officer's shoes. I want somebody who can go after and learn, has done activities. That's what I'm offering you. And my students have gotten in because I help them create that profile, right? That helps them stand out. Yeah, great question, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Next we have, what is the age limit for research program and how do you access recording?
You need to pay for the program. It's in Gifted 𝐂𝐝𝐵. It's an on-demand online program. You pay for it. It's right here. And then you will have access to both of them. It's automated. Once you register with your credit card, you will get access to both the programs. Okay. So what you will do here is, once you register, you will get access to both the courses, and you will be able to go and watch the complete videos, the download everything, strategies for applying. What are the strategies for applying?
Okay. College essays are extremely unique. So these are the qualities that your college essay, your scholarship essay.
The resume template is here. You have the resume template. My resume templates are extremely effective. Okay, so the whole course, you'll have both the courses here. Essay examples, you will access it once you pay $99. It's worth, I charge $5,000 counseling. I'm offering this whole thing for $99 just today. So you'll have the complete, what are the different types of scholarships? Then this is something that's very important, buyers versus sellers, where you learn about which college gives you scholarship and which doesn't. Okay, I've given you this whole list. Okay, I have given you this whole list about, this is such a important thing about which college gives what and how much, right? So you will have all that access when you pay $99 and check out. Yeah, great question. Yeah.
And do you have an age limit for the research program?
No, I'm not. It's an on-demand program. I would say high school, so that they can digest what is there and apply. It's parents and students, and they can join the Discord group and ask questions about as they watch the program, they can ask about it. So even for research, we have a Discord program. I'm sorry, it's not a Discord program. It's a chat where we do that. For parents, we have the WhatsApp group. For students, we have Discord, there's email communication, there's messaging. You should have received text about the webinar reminder. So we have tools for that as well. Yeah. Go ahead.
Next we have, can students do shadowing in India?
Yes, but the thing is, you need to be able to substantiate that. Let me tell you one thing, that if an admission officer is in doubt, he's going to call the counselor, not you. So you need to make sure that it's an honor code. You get a certificate for the number of hours, and it needs to be a valid institute. You just don't say, oh, I'm going to go to India and volunteer. No. Can you get a certificate? Is it going to be valid? here. So please check with your counselor. The best thing I would say is go check with your counselor and tell them, madam, I plan to do it in India. Do you think it's a good idea? Will you still accept it as a thing? And when I come to recommendations, will you still honor that program? So that is where I would start. Don't make blind decisions about, I'll go to India, I will do this. Please get it checked out by your school counselor, because they're the ones who's going to write your recommendation. They're the ones who are going to answer on behalf of you to the colleges. Got it? So I was working on Common App today with a student, and it asked for counselor information. The counselor information will go here. Right? So the first thing that the admission officer will do is call your counselor in the school report and everything, right? So that is why before you make any random decisions, please make sure that it can be substantiated. Yeah, great question. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Next we have, do you provide scholarships for other fields as well as like computer science?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, my students won tons of scholarship. It's a lot of scholarships. I'm just going to show you. It was not just pre-med, it was just about everywhere on board. Okay, so okay, let's go over this. Harvard pre-med, Cornell, Georgia Tech, UCLA, UC Davis, USC. No, that's not it. Okay, NYU 43K, not a pre-med school, of course. I'm sorry. George Mason. Okay, then Rushel got into Ohio State University Morrill Scholarship. That's not pre-med. UT Dallas, UMD, full tuition, all these. He got into Central Florida, full tuition, full ride. Whew. Full ride. Case Western, 27K, Mercer, University of Miami, Hult, everywhere. Okay, he was my AI student. Okay, and then this is my dental student. He got in everywhere. This is Shraddha, my research student. Look at the scholarships she got. This is my amazing business student. She went to Bentley. Then Hemel is my, again, psychology student. Then Mahi got into all these scholarships. Jyoti got in here. She got into, this again, pre-med. Then, Shreya, she got into acceptance everywhere. University of Alabama, Mercer, everywhere, her acceptance letter. This is my art student. So yeah, scholarships are, all my students get scholarships. Yeah, great questions. Yeah.
Okay, best year for research in high school.
10th and 11th grade. Even 9th grade, if you can substantiate that you can put up the course figure, I'll allow you.
Okay. Is sport participation in high school required for admission and or scholarships?
Which one?
Sports participation in high school.
If you have, it's good. If not, it's okay. I mean, there's no one or two criteria like that. You got to have a variety and be a well-rounded student.
So next is, so scholarships program is just to help us understand scholarships. Also, does it only focus on BSMD or also other fields?
Every other field, it's a complete guide for that. I have another, yeah, it's a complete guide, both. I'm giving you another course for free, which has all those tools. Like you're getting courses for the price of one.
Thank you. How much shadowing is required?
Again, it's the numbering hours, how much ever you can get. It's not like you just don't go for 2 hours and say you did shadowing, right? How much hours can you spend? Are you contributing? Are you learning? That's more important.
Okay. Next we have, do you help with the research project or do we need to already have one which you will help write an article about?
No. We are starting from scratch. Because the topic has to be blessed by Dr. Raj. Got it? So yes, it's fall 22, correct. Yes. So the topic needs to be blessed by Dr. Raj. So you'll have to come in and start all over again. You come from scratch. We will guide you through the program.
Okay, thank you. Is it still a good idea to sign up for certain volunteering clubs?
Never too late. Go contribute. Keep doing. Volunteering is so important. When my son was volunteering in Teen Children, he would take his younger brother, right? So yeah, my younger brother, sorry, not my younger, his younger brother was in middle school. They would do it together as an activity. And my younger son learned, he formed a relationship. Then he came to me, he's in 10th grade now. He said, Mom, I want to go to the same place. And and he goes and volunteers there. He loves it, right? He creates so much data, like they have to get data from different schools, all that, create charts, like build computers, all that he does. Then my younger son is also a teacher's assistant for another teacher. He's part of so many clubs. Seva, he volunteers. Just keep doing it. There is no, please don't count hours when it comes to volunteering. Give your time freely. Right?
Thank you. Is the scholarship program student-paced and we can access it anytime once we pay?
It's a lifetime access. It is yours. You can do it, but just start with it and get it over with. If you prolong it, you're never going to get to it. It's got so much information. I mean, the counseling that I've done, I'm just doing it on demand because it's been recorded, right?
Okay.
You're not paying me that much.
Thank you. And we have, once we get the shadowing or volunteering hours, should we submit the certificates to the school counselor?
Just show them the copy of it. This is what I'm doing with one of my students, Sanya. She did an internship with Trapper, right? So the school doesn't know about the company Trapper, or it's not through a proper organization. So I asked her to request Trapper to give her a letter. And she's going to keep the letter and send it to the counselor, because we don't know if the counselor, if they call the counselor. Do it in the senior year, not now. When the counselor is going to write your recommendation in the senior year, that is when they need to have the fall 22 is the coupon code for research only. SAFA, yeah. If you're enrolling in the research program, you can put fall 22. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
No, I think that's
Okay. Yeah. So wonderful, guys. I look forward to seeing all of you in the research program or in my scholarship program, Discord program. If not, I'm going to see you soon then. Okay. Bye now. Thank you for joining. I want to bless you, bless your projects, bless your children, everything, happiness and success. Okay, any question that you can have, please join my Facebook group, and everybody. And please, a round of applause to Prisha. Prisha is grade 9. She's an intern. Like imagine that. She is part of my content internship. She comes and creates content for my company. Got it? That is the kind of thing that you should see. She just comes, she enjoys her volunteering, her internship. She's going to get a letter of recommendation from me. So it's amazing what students can do. Got it? And I'm here for you. If you think of any idea that you have or anything that you want, I'm here for you. Got it? So stay blessed, guys, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Prisha, honey.
Thank you, Coach.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.